Rolling. These are green beans! What's going on, everybody? Trevor here. And as you can see, since the last time I checked in with you, the garden has grown quite a bit. So what I'm going to do today is take you through everything that I'm growing, what I've succeeded with, and what I've had maybe some failures with, and some ideas for the future. So these two beauties back here are my bell pepper plants that I actually planted directly from the seeds I took out of a grocery store pepper. I literally just threw them in some cups and they started growing. Now they've come out here, and in this beautiful planter box, they've started to grow little tiny peppers, as you can see here. Now, I made the mistake of not properly labeling these inside when I was growing them. They're either cauliflower or broccoli. I don't know. And intermix in this bucket, I've planted carrots and spinach. Okay. In this second raised bed, I'm growing the other one, either cauliflower or broccoli. I've got 3 of those, along with 2 more Brussels sprout plants. And intermix, I have these sweet beets, who are loving growing in this particular environment. Also, I've had a lot of trouble getting celery seeds to start, and I'm pretty sure this little guy right here is a celery. We're gonna find out. Over in this area here, I've done a little bit of flower action. These particular ones were dying out the front. They weren't getting watered enough, so I put them in the ground, and they've done pretty well for me. Here in the whiskey barrel bucket, I planted an assortment of flowers straight from seed, and this is how they've turned out. I think it's gone pretty well. I overseeded it, and then I had to thin them out to make sure that they didn't get overcrowded in here. Now this one, bush here, is a raspberry bush. Unfortunately, the animals steal the raspberries quite a bit. And what I would like to do is come along and pinch this bush like this so that it will grow taller and not wider right away. And hopefully that means it'll come off the ground a little bit more. Beside this bush is maybe a mistake. We bought a cherry tree from Home Depot, and I'm not sure if it's growing. It had a sketchy root ball. I don't know what happened. Hopefully it's just building new roots, and next year it's going to take off. And last over here, we have this bush, which I'm pretty sure is a blackberry bush, but it hasn't turned black yet. It looks pretty good and red though, doesn't it? I think so. I don't know. Would I eat that just straight up? Maybe I should. I don't regret my decision. This is mixed green lettuce. We've got mostly this type, which I'm pretty sure is a romaine, and this little one, the little frilly one. What would you call that, Graham?
Frilly one.
The frilly one lettuce, yeah. And I actually just picked a ton of this today. Gave some to the neighbors, gave some to my wife's friend, and it grows and grows and grows. We've been eating salads all summer. It's perfect. This one has started to go to seed, so I'm just gonna let it grow. Hopefully the seeds will sprinkle through and more lettuce plants will grow. That's a juicy tomato. These here are my cherry tomato plants on one of these sweet trellises you may have remembered from another video. I'll put a link in the description. It's going crazy with tomatoes. Look, there's 10, there's another 10, there's 10, there's 10. There's got to be 1,000 tomatoes on this thing. It's absolutely growing like crazy. Alright, so this patch was originally planted spinach in this area and radish in this area. And let me tell you something about radishes.
Well, let
me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Radishes grow like crazy. They grew super duper fast, did them radishes. So I harvested them all already. So what I did is came and planted a couple cucumber plants, a few more tomato plants, ooh, and had a few more varieties of spinach just kind of mixed in there that are gonna grow, I hope. Get down on this one. Right here, this little guy is the most annoying weed that there ever was. They come up, in a day they'll be this big, and in 3 days they're massive, like this tall. They're an incredible weed. I wish they were something valuable. This is a big old bucket of potatoes. And while we're here, let's not talk about the snow peas. These mango plants are the leftover turnips. Turnips? Turnips, yes! Turnips. Turnips, for sure. They're kind of gross. We tried roasting them with potatoes, like mixed in, you know, 1 turnip for 4 potatoes kind of ratio. Still gross. We don't like them. They're frozen. If anybody wants some turnips, give me a call and I will hook you up. Also in this bed, I started at the beginning of my garden, these here carrots. As you can see, they're growing pretty tall. I don't think they quite have a carroty substrate yet, but they will in the near future. Then, once I pulled all the turnips, I came in and planted a few cabbages, you can see here. 1, 2, 3, he's having some rough go of it. 4 cabbages. Hopefully they will grow nice and big like this. Holy zucchini! Let me get that bead of sweat off my forehead. Can you see it?
No.
Okay, good. So this here is the zucchini and cucumber zone. So we've actually started growing our first couple cucumbers. I don't know if you can see in there. That's a cucumber right there growing. But there should be tons of those coming up soon. And then these two are larger tomato plants, not the cherry ones from over there. And you can see here, it's got some serious bulbous tomatoes coming in. Those should be ripe, I figure, in a week or 2. Very excited about that. Interplanted here are some beets. This thing is a weed. You're coming out of here. Yeah, whatever you are. Goodbye. And these two beauties here are the Brussels sprouts. Quite possibly my favorite vegetable. Them, broccoli and asparagus. It's a tough choice. I don't know. And these are a few onions. As we make our way out the side of the house, we can see that recently I had a delivery of mulch from my local tree company. Now this soil was very dry and not growing too well, so I mulched it up, and hopefully by next year we'll all have worked into the soil and it will hold water a lot better, because now the water just runs right off of it. And this here is the potato patch. You can see that all you do is stick a potato in the ground and it just grows like this. So there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they're all going to show up eventually. Also on the sides, pretty sure these are either raspberries or
Rubises.
rubises, but I'm hoping to train them up the sides and then across this nice string to make a little canopy for my potatoes on. What do you call it? Rubus?
Rubus.
Rubus? This is a rubus. Hope this isn't poison, because I'm about to eat it. A little bitter. Not bad. So here against the house, with the flowers, I've planted some peppers. Here I have some parsley. More peppers. And more peppers. And this one is another funky lettuce that I'm letting go to seed. Here I have some carrots in a bucket. The short stick, Graham planted, and you can see they've grown a little bit more than the tall stick one that I planted. This is another pepper plant. You can see it's also starting to grow peppers. Peppers seem to do really well in a large bucket. This one is a thing that grows inside, and then we put it out here, and I still don't know what it is really. This one is a giant onion bucket. They're growing. This isn't even, is that even an onion? This is an onion. That's an onion. I think this is a grass. This one here is basil. And as you can see, we cut off all the tops to make some pesto and to allow the plants that have grown slower to come up from underneath. So we'll have another round of pesto in a couple of weeks. Basil's pretty good. And that is everything here in the backyard on the tour. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video updating you on my beautiful garden here. This area around me is eventually going to be a shed. Very exciting. If you enjoyed this video and maybe want to see one in the future about shed construction, please hit like and subscribe. And Rocky, come here. Oh, good boy, gonna get all muddy. Yeah, you are. You're a good boy, gonna get all muddy. Muddy, muddy, muddy. That's a good boy.